most outstanding feature and what's involved in that.
Well, we thought we have more than one outstanding design feature. And since they're all very related, we wanted to talk about them all at once. And they're all the eco-friendly features. And the first one would be like the shape of our guest house and residence hall, and it's shaped like that, oriented that way, so it follows the path of the sun to bring natural light and natural heat into the building when you need that stuff. It also is going to have these low-profile wind turbines on the roof to generate electricity, and they kind of work like this. They have these fins on the sides, so it spins sideways and doesn't stick up and to make it really ugly. It's more pleasant to look at. And then our hot water in that same building is going to be generated from the sun with black tubing that runs along the roof. And then you can have hot water without having to generate that electricity or fuel. That's it.
Yeah.
Biggest design challenge?
Our biggest design challenge was deciding whether to put the guest area with the Welcome Center and the main learning center, or to keep them separate. And ultimately, because of that design, and because we like that design so much, we decided on making those separate. But our Welcome Center and Learning Center, the main Learning Center, are all together in one building. All right. Anything else about the challenge, or are we? Okay.
And success of your group process.
We appreciated that we each drew something. We liked the suggestion you made about us stepping back and doing that, and then presenting our own individual plans, and then we drew from that. But I thought we did that very well. And Marcy helped us get through that process really well. So.
How did she help? Because it's help.
Well,
facilitation is a talent and something you can learn.
You know, what she said was, let's all do it on our own for a few minutes and work on things individually, and then come back together as a group to share it and see what we like about it. And that little bit of guidance right there got us on track.
Right.
Because before we were kind of just floundering, not really sure who's going to do what or what we were going to do.
Okay. Right, and then we took all the pieces from
Right, it's important to see everybody's ideas.
We found that all of our ideas were very similar, but a couple of us each had different things that we could add to the pot.
Yeah.
So it was nice to know that we're all kind of on the same page as we drew our own, but then each had a little bit more to add to it. So it worked well that way.
So you meant like when you drew each of these own things?
We each drew one of
We
these.
each drew a map.
Okay, you each did a map.
We each did a map to see where to put everything, and then once we put all the maps together, we
You came
saw
up
what
with a
everybody
okay.
had similar, and then we saw things that we had that were different, and we drew from.
Right.
And I bet everybody then felt involved, like nobody was disengaged. Okay, that's a
And
good
I think one of the
suggestion.
things, the neat things about the process of that too was that, so we had that time yesterday to just envision and just kind of talk, like, oh, well, what would we do with this space? So we just had all these ideas that were talked about. So then when we each kind of stepped back from that talk to sketch out our own maps, I think that was one of the things that helped our maps be similar.
Okay.
So that when we came together.
So there's talking time,
Yeah.
and then go off on your own time, and then come back together, and then take
Yeah.
the best. Okay, that's
Yeah, that
cool.
worked really well.
So then you came up with, I'm sorry, but I'm really interested, so to me, process is what gets it done, you know. And so then one person said, okay, I'll do the map, I'll do the final map, like you had 4 little maps, and then one person's gonna do the final map. And then you
Correct.
you did that same thing for every piece of this, or not?
Well, then we were kind of running out of time.
Yeah.
It was kind of like who's going to do what, and
Yeah.
people just volunteered.
Okay.
Yeah.
So time once again, okay. But would have been a good thing to do.
A little
each
sense
time.
of urgency
Yes.
helps that
Urgency.
process.
Okay.
Is there anybody who would like to offer up any critique or any wonderful things to say?
I really like the sign that you guys made. I think it's a great contrast because you got something dark with something bright and something square with something round. And I just think like the horizon with the rising sun's really cute. So I love the whole setup that you got.
Thank you. And actually, the doors that
Yeah,
June.
the door, the sun is on the handle.
Yeah.
am curious though, like when I look at, because all three of the things have the name on it, but the Z is flipped in just the sign. Is that something that?
That was a design error.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of like it, so I didn't know if y'all were going to continue that later. I cut these all out freehand and,
That was very kind of, right.
urgency is the mother of science. And Kathy pointed that out to me at the last minute. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there. Because it made me think of son, S-O-N, as well, with like having the children and
Yeah,
raising
that's what I
them.
thought of. That's exactly what I meant.
No, it was, okay.
Think of.
I was like, they went really deep with that.
That's where a design.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. No.
I had a question about, I noticed that your map of your place there is spread out over the length of the island. And I wondered if you'd given any thought to how people are going to get from, say, the guest area to the Welcome Center, because that's a 3-mile stretch.
Jason?
Yeah, we've got all these paths, right, and everything's circular. So we thought you could have a tram that had like an electric vehicle that would go, around each building. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to turn around necessarily. Keep on going up these paths.
Like a
Like
like an
golf cart.
Have you ever been to
elongated golf
Boardwalk
cart.
in Wildwood, New Jersey? You know, these things that go through them.
They're
Like an
big
electric
enough
train that
to
keeps
take
going
a whole
around her?
class, because
Right.
all of those little circles are like outdoor
Yeah.
learning centers, and so if you had a class that had to go from one place to a next, or to a different place, the train would be big enough to carry a whole class or a whole group of learners from one place to the next. And then we would also have bicycles there that they could use.
Right, we also have common bicycles,
Okay,
as
so
in
you're talking
Utopia.
You're talking about paths for bicycles and tracks for trams?
Well, the
It's
train
the same
It's
thing.
like a golf cart, basically.
It's the same thing.
It's long.
Yeah, it's not a train.
Yeah. But yeah, the bicycles would follow the same path. Yeah, the tram would be like scheduled for if you wanted to sign up. So you'd be moving from one place to another, they can pick you up. But the bicycles were cool because they're common bicycles. Nobody has their own bike, and you just have these like racks around the island or the different sites. And then you want to pick up a bike, you slide your student ID into the bike, and then it disconnects from the rack. And then you go to your next rack wherever you want to drop it off. You pop your ID out, and then you're clear of that bike.
I like that idea. I wonder about the tram though, and how much it would disturb the wildlife and stuff on the.
This is a
It's a
paved
golf
road
cart.
with
It's-
a
Yeah.
Isn't it?
But I
Yeah.
like the student ID checkout thing. That's pretty cool. And then if it's damaged, the last person who checked it out.
Or-
I liked all that.
Find one in the woods with a flat tire.